Thousands.
It took 3 years for the Ali Frazier rematch. Kansas and Houston will do it in 18 hours. After an epic 5-setter on Friday night, they're going again this afternoon. Kansas and Houston in a top 20 matchup. Hello and welcome to Lawrence, alongside former KU great Jill Dorsey Hall. I'm Lee Fleissig. Well, you ready for another one? You ready to put them up? Because we may have another 5-setter in our future here.
We were here for 3 hours, I think, last night, and it was just a razor's edge margin between these two teams. So I expect an epic battle between number 19 and number 20 going again in less than 24 hours.
What stood out for you in the match on Friday night?
Well, Houston is extremely balanced. They're a veteran team, and they threw the first punch in that match. They took the first set, the third set, but it was Kansas's response that I thought was spectacular, and their hitting efficiency, especially in sets 4 and 5, were top-notch. Kansas played extremely clean in that 5th set to win the match. Houston's is extremely balanced. I expect much of the same for them again, and Kansas's outside in transition were on point.
The middles for both sides were very, very good. Kellen Warren for Houston.
The junior middle blocker, I was impressed with her blocking at the net. She had 6 blocks, 11 kills. The physicality of Houston blocked that tallied 13 team blocks. And she was really moving the ball around at different angles, the quick offense, moving in different zones as well. I thought she was wonderful. She's already notched the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week, and a big reason why. She's that big physical presence.
Kansas needed a spark, and really, Toyosi Onabanjo gave it to them.
In the career night for Onabanjo, 14 kills, a 440 clip. She also had 2 aces in that second set. When the Jayhawks needed a spark, she had 5 blocks, and she was that spark. You got the little tip off the net there, using the hands in that quick offense, and she was playing with so much emotion, leading Kansas to victory.
Houston is coached by David Rare in his 5th season at Houston, his 24th as a head coach. He won his 600th match last year, a member of the Junior College Coaches Hall of Fame. His career kind of coming full circle to Lawrence. Jill will have more on that story here in just a moment. The Kansas Jayhawks, led by their fine head coach Ray Bouchard in his 26th season, 800-plus wins in his great career. 4-time Big 12 Coach of the Year and a Final Four in 2015. These two are very good friends. They are mentor. They are friend. The relationship goes even deeper than just coaching.
And they both have a junior college background, and Coach Bouchard actually called David Rare when he got the head coaching job at Arkansas State, and he said, hey, I'm also from junior college background, and I'm here to answer any questions, any stupid questions. And David Rare told me, he's like, I've been calling him ever since with stupid questions, and a lot of love. And he said there was a full circle moment for him last night when he was here, and we're going to do it again. And look at the lineups. It's very similar to what we saw last night. Again, I talked about the balance from Houston running the 2-setter system, all 3 live attackers at all time. Kansas was led by Reagan Cooper with 20 kills last night. It was exceptional, and the court defense is so fun to watch, and you expect it on back-to-back nights, even more digs, because you get comfortable with your opponent and where they like to go, different tendencies, and who's going to make the little different, the small different changes, who's going to play cleaner volleyball for longer bouts of time is going to come out victorious, because we have 19 and 20 going head-to-head.
Houston will have the ball first. They are in the white, trimmed in red. On the right-hand side of your screen, Kansas will be in the blue, trimmed in crimson. Annie Cook has ball in hand. A sellout crowd here inside Horish. Ready for round number 2. We're ready to play. Glad you're with us here from Lawrence. Reagan Cooper with the first swing. Abby Jackson with the pickup. Sauer pushes it deep. Taylor Myers is long. Houston scores first.
And Kansas was wanting to try to get some more production, just more attempts, because Michaela Myers has been hitting at a high clip to try to get her the ball more. That time just the tip attempt that went long.
That one sails long. Kansas will get it.
And Houston is going to serve aggressive. They were able to get Kansas actually, off the net a few times. It led to a few over passes. So they're definitely not going to back down. That one just had a little bit too much on it to float out of bounds.
Caroline Bien for Kansas. You wonder what kind of hangover effect there is after playing a tough 5-setter the night before, but you saw Houston this morning, and it didn't look like they were just doing a walkthrough.
They were really getting after it. I was impressed, and I think it'll hit them tomorrow, certainly. And you know, I was talking to David Rare, and it's unfortunate that they don't get an opportunity to play Kansas at their home gym, you know, to play back-to-back on someone else's home floor where it does get pretty loud. The crowd certainly helping Kansas later in that match.
Myers with the block there for Kansas. Well, you love the middles. And Houston working it again already.
Just working them in transition too.
Kellen Warren.
You know, you're going to get a one-on-one because you have 3 live attackers. It's hard to pull another blocker over to help. And Kellen Warren, we talked about in the open, just a powerful player, able to hit either angle. And a slow start for Kansas right out of the gate.
El-Nadi.
That was a secondary set that Cameron Turner had to use her platform, and once again, just not in system. And
That's Abby Jackson for Houston.
Yeah, an easy put away there for Houston because they're able to gobble it up. And then through the block. And something that Houston was working on today was trying to stop the secondary, like out of system. How do you stop the outsides? Because Kansas's outsides were actually successful even though they were out of system balls. This ball right here, they're working on the timing of their block, and that's a positive touch. Yeah, you're okay with that if you're Houston. You don't have to terminate block it, but just get a positive touch, exactly what they wanted to do. The Cougars out hot.
A quick timeout from Kansas as Houston has run out to a 6-1 lead here in the opening set. More to come from Lawrence here on Big 12 Now on ESPN+.
Together, we're elevating our potential, our pride, our traditions, and our dreams. Together, we're opening up a whole new world of possibilities. Elevate your University of Kansas experience with Jayhawk checking from Central Bank. Central Bank and KU, elevating together.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Current Toyota owners or lessees may qualify for $1,000 loyalty cash on the lease of new 2023 Toyota vehicles. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
We started at 12, running 11 deep, and dropping down since 9-6. What happened when the Big 8 met the Southwest? 7 Heismans. Count them. With 6 at the net, 5 on the floor, and 4 schools stronger. We put up threes, throw up deuces, and make one thing clear. We've always been greater than 12.
Houston with their early lead over Kansas. Kenna Sauer serving. Michaela Myers from the right side.
Different look from Michaela Myers, and I think it was a smart switch up from Kansas. They were going to have London Davis coming around in the middle, and so they moved then Michaela Myers in their middle behind the setter on a quicker tempo ball. They had to have a solid pass to be able to run that option.
Wow.
Houston makes it look so easy because they're in systems so often. I was talking to David Rare, and I'm like, it's so impressive to just watch Abby Jackson and Kenna Sauer, along with their exceptional libero, and Georgiadis is going back to serve, just handle all of the pressure and as their service reception core.
El Nadi. Good pickup from Sauer. That might be the first Corelli miss in better than 24 hours, because she was on fire on Friday night.
Phenomenal. She had 14 kills last night. Seemed like she was doing anything she wanted to on that right side. I think she just got hung up a little bit in transition.
We'll hear her name on that. Dalton's serve catches the tape. An ace for Kansas. From the back row, it's Kenna Sauer. They come back from that little miscommunication. In fact, I was just asking about that to you before the match, about as a libero, you took both seams. It's a communication thing, right?
Yeah, and they chatted right after that play. Yep. It didn't allow that to happen again. They went line to line trying to get Abby Jackson to have to pass, and she did. She handled it perfectly. But then Kenna Sauer was that back row option that they have as well in the back row, because they're both their outsides. They're 6 rotation players.
He then runs it down for Kansas. Chance for Houston. Banu. El Nadi fires away.
Well, they brought that set in a bit, so she had this sharp angle. This ball is inside, so she was able to exploit that angle.
Point goes to Kansas. Sauer trying to come from the back row.
Across that 3-meter, that 10-foot line on the back row attack. She's in the back row, but her foot was over that mark before she took off.
Sauer saved that one. Somebody's in the net there. Point Kansas, it was Houston.
Well, with an opportunity, that ball was going to go down just in the follow-through. I've been impressed early going in set number 1, though. The positive touch, that was another positive touch at the plane of the net against Reagan Cooper, who had her way last night in that game with 20 kills.
Big swing from Abby Jackson. Her second kill.
A quick tempo ball to the outside. So she had that seam between the 2 blockers and Turner and Onabanjo.
Onabanjo. We talked about the spark that she was on Friday night. Just love the way she attacks the ball.
She's so fiery. It was really, that set 2 was so pivotal because Kansas looked a little flat. And we talked to the associate head coach, Billy Ebel. He said, we were just kind of trying to, fill it out yesterday. And then she really was a spark.
Kenna Sauer. Sauer, a graduate student. Abby Jackson, a grad. A lot of veteran presence on this Houston team. Tola serves, she's a grad. Cooper splits the defense.
Well, high and deep. She actually took a little bit off of this, but it was more about the placement that was a winner. I appreciated her comments last night when we talked to her. Just she said, you know, we didn't let our emotions overtake us. She talked about the strategy.
Kayla Myers and Cooper teaming up. Kansas down by 1 now.
The besties. What about a duo there coming into Lawrence to enjoy their last year of volleyball? Myers in from TCU, Reagan Cooper from Texas Tech.
And an ace from Cameron Turner. We're even at 11. Myers with the block there. Not this time. Sauer puts it through that Kansas block.
Well, Houston covering their attackers a few times within that rally. But then Kenna Sowers could sense Myers not there, fully pressed in time. Fast arm swing. And she's off to a hot start, Kenna Sauer.
Reagan Cooper again. And there's some buzz building in the Big 12 about who the best outside is, and she's certainly in the conversation.
She's definitely in the conversation. I mean, you look at Erin Livingston from BYU is phenomenal. Maddie Skinner, Jenna Winnes. I mean, obviously these two fine outsides. Abby Jackson, I think, has to be in that conversation as well. Kenna Sauer too, but Reagan Cooper is putting up big time numbers for Kansas.
Cameron Turner picks it up. Sauer and Morin.
Nowhere to go with that wall of a block. I mean, so physical. That's Kellen Morin. Let her track this. And then the timing and the press together. London Davis is very powerful and can oftentimes hit that angle before the block is there, but the block perfectly timed.
Sent right back over. That was Corelli.
Corelli not fooled at all, but Aya El Nadi on that free ball was just trying to go short to try to disrupt one of their patterns. One of the attackers' patterns, just wasn't able to do it.
Block. London Davis got that one.
But London Davis just sealed this line, didn't get used, pressed her right hand back into the floor.
Cameron Turner with the pickup. Davis, block. Morin and Abby Jackson teaming up.
London Davis was trying to turn this line. You can see she wanted to get to that line, but Abby Jackson sets up well and uses her left hand. So some textbook blocking from both sides right now.
El Nadi sent back. Houston is all over it right now. Corelli, Tolis, and the Jayhawks want a timeout. Cougars off to a 3-point lead here.
Well, Kansas had tied it up at 11 all, and then since then, Houston, the physicality at the net has been the difference. A couple of great team blocks, not allowing seams. That was what they were working on mostly, is just the timing together, the middle, and then also their right side blocker.
You've got a veteran squad on the Houston side. How much change can you make overnight? I know the coaches are up late watching tape, probably putting something together this morning. How much can you change from 9:30 on a Friday night till 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, you're trying to pick up on tendencies, but you also get more familiar with your opponent. I mean, you're playing essentially. They had 5 sets to fill each other out last night, and then once again, I mean, it's a battle, but it's just going to be. Last night it was a Razor's edge margin, and I expect much of the same. But you just have to sustain such a high level of volleyball to beat a top 20 team, and that's what one of these teams is going to be able to do. But not a lot of changes, just some minor things on this player, she likes to do this, so let's try to bunch here a little bit more. And I expect Houston to play a little bit more towards the outside because Kansas utilized their outside hitters quite a bit. And so Cam Turner is going to have to, lock in on that. And if Kansas can be in system, try to get the balls to the middle a bit more. Kim Turner, though, was fantastic last night for Kansas. She runs that one-setter system. She had 57 assists, 16 digs, 4 blocks. And one of the key blocks came in the 5th set on a solo block that tied it up 5 apiece.
Abby Jackson just rolls it over.
And that in-between shot that Abby Jackson has just seemingly perfected. It's not so short where Cam Turner can pick it up, but it's like right in between the middle back and right back. Just nestles it in there.
On a banjo. Swings away. Katie Dalton for Kansas. Good serve. Just wide off the Houston block.
Anyway, it's talked about trying to use their middles, and since then I think they've had 2 plays right to their middle. That was more about the timing. The timing of that ball beat the block before they could get pressed over.
Oh, man, heck of a set.
How about the pass? The pass out of that was incredible, and then just absolutely bouncing a ball. Go ahead and paint that line, Corelli.
Well, you talked about Houston's ball handling.
It takes a lot to get them out a system.
Anabenjo was there for Kansas. Anabenjo swings off the Houston block. Point KU.
Tosia Anabenjo, we talked about her having a career night last night with 14 kills. Well, she's following it up with a pretty spectacular start to set number 1. 4 kills on 5 attempts, hitting 800. Moving her in different areas, either front and behind the setter.
Reagan Cooper.
Reagan Cooper last night talked a lot about the off-block play and trying to get off because Houston does like to tip. And what does she do right there? She picks that ball up and then a little give-and-go action, swiping it off the hands. Kansas now just down by 1.
Timeout Houston. David Rare trying to keep his team in front. Has a very similar feel to it from Friday night. I feel like I've seen this movie.
Yeah. It's interesting because we haven't done this in the Big 12 before. We did some funky things during COVID, I think. And maybe I try to block it out of my memory. But I felt like they played in quick succession, too. There wasn't a lot of traveling going on in that shortened, condensed season. But this is the way the Big 12 is going to operate this season with having, the amount of teams that they have. And you get 6 teams back-to-back nights, either home or away, but you don't have that true home and away like the Big 12 used to have on a Wednesday, Saturday format.
Good look at the crowd inside Horsch. Sold out for the 2nd straight day.
I always say it's hard to on a beautiful fall day to get a crowd like this right in the middle of the day, but the crowd was a huge factor. David Rare even mentioned it. He said, I thought the crowd, when that carry, that lift call was called, when the attacker threw it, he said, I think the crowd was more emotional about that than actually the players. But the crowd really then started to feed into that, and they got louder and louder as that match went on.
Elnady serves for Kansas. Sauer can do it from everywhere, can't she?
It's not only 3 attackers, you have the 4th coming from the back row. So much to track for the Kansas defense.
Abby Jackson serves off the tape. Elnady saves it. Incredible play. That's long. No. The official changed her call and says down.
A tremendous effort here going into that first row of fans. I think collapses a chair. Play goes on.
That serve goes long. Great effort from Maya Elnady. Molly Schultz now for Kansas. Cooper. Big kill for Reagan Cooper. She has 4.
Well, the secondary set came from the backup setter and Katie Dalton. It's a perfect hittable ball. And Reagan Cooper already has 4 kills, just showing different angles from her too. You've seen line, sharp angle.
Tolis misses wide. Now we're even at 20. And another timeout from Houston.
Well, Tolis had it. She just missed it a bit wide on that, but that was open because Reagan Cooper was coming to help block there. So they had 2 blockers, and then you have to go on a string if you're the left back to pull up to try to get that tip attempt.
Opening set here in Lawrence. The Jayhawks coming off a 5-set thriller on Friday night.
Where we had a lot of this, like tied at 20, tied at 22. First one to 3, first one to 5. I felt like this certainly feels like a repeat of scenarios from last night.
But it's 2 evenly matched, well-coached teams, isn't it? I mean, you know what you're in for.
And as Coach Bouchard said last night after in the locker room, he said, we earned that one. No one, they aren't going to give you anything. And an opponent like Houston, they're not just going to give it to you. You're going to have to go out and you're going to have to earn it. And that feels better, right? I mean, it feels better. And even David Rare said, he goes, night in and night out, it is going to be a battle in the Big 12. And it is a tough conference, but you have to bring your best, and no one's just going to give it to you. There's not an easy match on the schedule in the Big 12.
Ellie Schneider's going to check into the lineup for Kansas.
Yeah, looking for the blocking and the blocking presence from Ellie Snyder, the true freshman, because you have Katie Dalton in there for Kansas, number 7, that can set. So they're going to use her to set, and then Ellie Snyder up there to put up a block for Kansas.
Dalton sends it out to Cooper. Kansas with the lead.
Well, Molly Schultz in as well for the Jayhawks. That really was a big part of why the success in that play. Reagan Cooper, who's been outstanding in this set, 5 of 7, no errors, hitting 714. Well, Schultz misses that one. She was trying to go short. We saw that quite a bit from Kansas, just trying to go to the short serve to try to disrupt one of the attackers for Houston.
Rashana Brown, the junior, into serve for the Cougars. Kansas back on top. Saw Taylor Mikulski, the Houston assistant, working on the servers as they were serving, kind of trying to show them what the KU band, simulate the band heckling during warm-ups. And it was pretty interesting. He had it down pretty good.
Shout out to the band too.
An ace. Now it's Kansas by 2.
And that's the 3rd team ace for the Jayhawks in this first set.
Lefty serve from Turner. Big swing from Morin.
Annie Cook has a good serve too, so she's going to go back there and serve a jump float. That's caused some issues though for the Kansas serving reception core.
Cooper. Set points for KU.
Oh, Reagan Cooper, have a set. I mean, 6 kills, no errors on 8 attempts. That's 750 for your outside hitter. Those are insane numbers for anybody, but especially a pin hitter. And she's able to do it because she has a multitude of shots.
The end to serve for Kansas. That's down. Jayhawks take the opening set, 25-22. A big block by the Jayhawks. They lead here in Lawrence on Big 12 now.
1 down, 9 to go.
Hey! Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Hold.
Silver vans are going for more right now. Should we?
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up. You think?
Hold!
We just did 2.5%.
Hold! Now!
I'm on it.
Already sold to Carvana.
Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
With college football on ESPN+, you get the best teams and the biggest conferences, and so much college football action from across the country. So sign up now at ESPNplus.com.
Your first home sees a lot of firsts. From first loves to first steps. And with the Home Depot, you'll find the confidence to create the first place you call your own. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Popeye's new sweet and spicy wings don't make sense. Marinated and tossed in a blend of chili, garlic, and ginger, as sweet as they are spicy.
Nice catch. Butterfingers.
Just like my Nana. We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Racing. Yes, guys.
Kansas takes the opening set over Houston. Lee Fleisig, Jill Dorsey Hall with you from Lawrence. Michaela Myers, part of that infusion of talent here in Kansas, and she's paying dividends.
Didn't give up on that play. She's continuing to fight to get there. And got that block to seal the deal in set number 1 for Kansas, winning 25-22. And it was a lot of Reagan Cooper as well. the best friends who have arrived together in Lawrence, Kansas. The secondary ball, just leave it high for Reagan Cooper to roll it in deep. And then the block out as well. Such a physical presence, so athletic and long. And then high off the hands, wanting to go back line, and then she can also cut it inside the angle. Deep into the floor, but a huge set for Reagan Cooper. 6 kills, no errors on 8 attempts. 750. You're talking about one of the best outsides in the Big 12. I certainly, with numbers like that, you're going to get everyone's attention.
Look at the numbers, pretty evenly distributed. But Kansas with the 3 aces.
Yeah, the 3 aces, and a couple of them came late in that set, and so that to me was the difference. Kansas going back, and it's very hard to get Houston out of system. They were able to do it 3 times in that first set, and that was the difference, 25-22 in that first.
So teams will switch sides. Jayhawks will be on the right-hand side of your screen. Houston on your left. A lot of smiles, a lot of energy, even after the late match on Friday night.
I had Cameron Turner as my guest on the Hawk Talk show this week, and she's like, just was raving about how much she loved this team. She's like, every single one of them, I just love this team, and you can see when teams really have that chemistry and that togetherness.
Caroline Bien will start things off for Kansas.
Got a touch at the net.
Big swing from London Davis.
Nope. No touch.
I thought the official signaled touch. Did she not?
She did, but the up official overruled her. We didn't see it. Yeah, we didn't see a challenge in the first set that I can recall, and so Coach Burchard choosing not to pull the challenge.
London Davis swings this time. It's down. We're even at 1. Reagan Burns now. Alnadi was there for KU. And Banu.
And Morgan Yonda, I think, told her, teammate, hey, that's my bad. It was a bit tight on that set. Alnadi there, pressing over.
Banu goes down the line, it's wide. A bullet from Kenna Sauer. Her 5th kill. Well, they come at you from all directions, don't they? Bancho. Try to move it right. Danny Cook. Turner out to Elnady.
It's such a treat for outside hitters when they get a one-on-one. You know, they're like, thank goodness, because usually they have four hands going against them. They have 2 players, but because Cameron Turner is front row, then Kellen Morton has to jump with Cameron Turner because that ball was very tight to the net. So that allowed that one-on-one, and Elnady just ripped that sharp seam or sharp cross.
Houston's seen that wicked left hand, haven't they? Katie Corelli. Diving attempt by Elnady, but it's Corelli who powers it through.
And Corelli at a high point, cross court deep, and she's been a wonderful in these 2 matches. I've been so impressed with her production.
That's wide from Monabanjo.
That was close.
Ray Bouchard is up off his seat. And no challenge. Elnady from the back row. Georgiadis diving and saving it. Corelli off the Kansas block.
That was incredible. Just the read and the play, the pursuit of the ball. She has been a joy. I mean, that is covering a lot of distance. You had pancakes to dinner, didn't you? Or no, breakfast.
Absolutely. Elnady with a loose shoelace.
A 4-0 scoring run.
We saw 5 pancakes at least on Friday night, didn't we?
We did.
Went to bed thinking about 5 pancakes.
So you had to wake up and make some.
Gotta try them with butterscotch.
I think strawberries, you know, strawberry. Ooh.
Turned back.
Make it 5-0 scoring run from Houston.
Now Kansas wants a timeout. Jayhawks took the first set. Houston leading here in the second. Big 12 now here from Lawrence.
People all over the world are desperate for energy. In fact, the International Energy Agency predicts that by the year 2050, it will take 28% more energy than we currently have to be able to supply our needs. Energy demand is going to increase by 28%. What we should be talking about is how in the world are we going to be able to produce 28% more energy by the year 2050 than we currently produce today.
This is our chant. It resonates through generations, past and future. It drives champions, toe-to-toe and arm in arm. When our chant signals victory, it shakes the foundation. It is the foundation. Together we climb its peaks and search its valleys. It fuels our ambitions. We wear it, fly it, raise it, claim it. This is our chant. What will you do when this is your chant?
We started at 12, running 11 deep, and dropping down since 9-6. What happened when the Big 8 met the Southwest? 7 Heismans, count them, with 6 at the net, 5 on the floor, and 4 schools stronger. We put up threes, throw up deuces, and make one thing clear. We've always been greater than 12.
Houston dropped the opening set to KU. They lead here in the second. Kenneth Sauer will serve it up. Dalton ducks out of the way, but that catches the back line. Ace for the Cougars.
And sometimes floaters can come right at your chest, and you're thinking if it's chest high, knowing where you are, it's going to be out. And that's exactly what Katie Dalton had expected, but that ball just dropped. It fell, and that's the thing. Most players opt to go to a jump floater because of that float, because it can do that at the last second.
Georgiadis with a great dig. That swing is wide from Abby Jackson, Point, Kansas. Long from Anabanjo. Georgiadis with the pickup. Katie Dalton saved it with a left hand. Kayla Myers able to save it. Dalton with the stab. Cooper.
That was a whole lot of fight within that rally. Katie Dalton made some wonderful plays along with Reagan Burns on the back row just to keep this ball up and alive. And Reagan Cooper just seems like she's having fun right now.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
Wow. Corelli. I'll put an end to that.
And Corelli's wishing that she could just stay in the game the whole time, right? And she's also
rotate out what?
5 kills for Katie Corelli, who was tremendous last night. Had 14 kills.
Cameron Turner played that out of the net well. Yonda with a nice pickup. Alnati there for Kansas. London Davis. Bringing the punch.
Oh, to keep that ball up, that is harder than it looks. To play that ball out of the net like Cameron Turner, then I think it was the right set selection to go against the grain behind her head up to London Davis, who's starting to get hot.
That's tremendous patience, isn't it? You have to let that ball rebound back. It looks like you want to go attack it, but the ball's got to come back to you a little bit, it looks like. Myers. Yonda was trying to get to that ball, but she just crashed into her teammate. Mbanu. That went into the net and all over Alnati.
You can see just not sealed. It was pressed, but then it just not sealing the net, and so that ball came right down in front of Alnati.
London Davis.
Got a touch.
Point KU.
Well, London Davis is not challenging right in those forehands. She's just getting enough of them.
Cameron Turner with a tough play. Kind of sour, swings away. Houston by 4.
You see that block was trying to soft block that to keep it up so the defense could run behind, but just takes a unfortunate bounce for Kansas. But a strong attack from Kennesaw.
El Nadi off the hands. Dalton with a good serve. Cameron Turner tried to save it. Kind of sour with the kill, her 7th.
And once again, I think it's just showing Kansas having to seal and press over and not allow. There's been 2 balls right in the front of their chest that have came over.
The end from the back row. On a banjo.
She says, I'm not going to allow it to come in on my side, not this time. So she just dives over and takes that angle.
So quick.
And that's the thing. On those quick even that you just have to press so much quicker over. And I think that we might have a bloody nose actually from that rebound off of Kellen Morin.
Morin may have gotten a shot as that ball came out of the net. Hickory, North Carolina. Home to a lot of NASCAR teams. Being attended to by the Houston staff. We'll see October 14th as Kansas plays host to the Oklahoma Sooners.
First, though, they have to go on the road against the reigning national champions in Texas, who was able to beat BYU on back-to-back nights. Both 4-set victories, so Kansas is going to have their handful with a Texas team that's starting to hit their stride. I know people talk about, oh, they're not as good as they were last year. They were so dominating last year. I felt like they were at the top of the polls for much of it, and they won the Big 12. I mean, they've won 11 of the last 12 Big 12 titles has Texas, and they've only lost 1 match in Gregory in the last 14 years. So that's going to be difficult to go in, but I might as well send a little parting gift for Texas, right?
Texas had a couple of losses in non-conference.
They had a couple they've lost 3 times. They lost once. They opened the season with a loss at Long Beach State, but then they lost twice actually on their home floor, but just non-conference.
El Nadi with the serve. It's long. Cameron Turner with the joust. El Nadi. Cameron Turner dumped it over. And you said in the last time out, you thought it was about time for a Cameron Turner dump.
I mean, the first, actually just the second time that she's dumped the ball, but I thought it was the right flow of the game. You got to really sense that, you know, when the rally gets extended and goes on, and I thought that was perfectly timed from Cameron Turner.
Katie Dalton sends it to Cooper. Somebody's in the net. It was Houston.
I think falling back there, trying to kind of go still a pretty fast tempo, and I think Annie Cook says that's my bad on that one. Pushed Abby Jackson into the net a bit.
Kayla Myers there for Kansas. Right down the line from Katie Corelli.
We're seeing both teams now specialize for their outsides. As we mentioned, the back-to-back matches, you kind of wonder if it's a, you know, preserving the energy a little bit.
How about the no-look dump?
I said I wanted a little bit more of Cameron Turner dumping, and maybe she heard me, because it's a quick two quick attempts. That time just changing it up. Hasn't went there because the defense is pinching in, thinking she's going to go to the middle of the floor. That's a nice change up. It takes a lot to get around Georgiadis over there. She's so good defensively.
Cooper got a hand on that one. Cooper swings and puts it down. How high up was she?
I got that to the highlight reel. Mark that one. Second set, unleashes on the ball.
I wish I'd paid more attention in geometry class, because that angle was pretty severe.
You remember Kelsey Payne?
Yes.
We talked a lot about why was it so hard. It was because of the angles of which she could create. Because of the contact point, and then it's coming down at you that other players just aren't hitting at that same angle. It's fun to watch.
It's different.
It's different.
See why the buzz about Reagan Cooper being one of the best outsides in this conference. She's got the numbers to back it up right now. We're early in the season, but she's a lot of fun to watch.
And low air, too. It's 8 kills, no errors on 13 attempts. So she's making the smart play, the right play. And she has the right mentality for it too. I mean, last night she said we didn't let the emotions come into play, because you can do that in a fifth set. You can have your mind start to take over. She said we got to work on, we settled down and we thought about the strategy and didn't let our emotions get the best of us, because you can do that.
Jayhawks trailing by 1 here in the second set. They took the first. Cameron Turner with the ball. Block. Cameron Turner. Michaela Myers teaming up.
That was London Davis over there on that right side.
Excuse me, London Davis.
London Davis puts that left hand and didn't allow. I think Abby Jackson thought that there was a seam that she could get through, but a late blocking move from London Davis to close that seam.
Out of the net. Good play from Cooper. Just wide. I think that ball was closer than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Off the tape. Cooper. Brown was there. London Davis.
As she takes something off of it. Rolls it. Angle. We've seen so many deep shots from her. Here we are. Look, 18-18.
I think the coaches just agree to go to 20 for the next 3 sets and play it in from there.
I'm fully entertained, that's for sure.
Bien saved it. El Nadi. That's wide. Off the block of Tolis. And now Kansas has the lead. Dumped over. Cameron Turner's there. El Nadi rolls it over. Georgiadis covered for Houston. London Davis. El Nadi. Georgiadis there again. Davis tried to go off the hands. Houston was there.
Georgiadis making plays on the back row for Houston. All-American libero. That ball just diving that secondary set just into the block. Not much London Davis can do there.
El Nadi.
That's tough. That's a tough ball
Tight to the net.
for Yonda to handle, because she's back row. And she did everything she could, just running out of room along the net. And this ball is so tight. Double contact. Band is bringing the heat, aren't they?
Hey, when the opposing coaches start
mentioning the
exactly,
band,
putting you in the game plan, you know you're making a difference, right? Bien with the dig for Kansas. El Nadi. Off the hand, score it.
Oh, credit Caroline Bien, holding down middle black and doing a tremendous job, just keeping the ball up and alive, making plays on the back row.
Houston wants a timeout. Kansas has come storming back here in this second set. Boy, the ebbs and flows in the second set.
Well, they recruited Caroline Bien as a libero. She kept growing. She stepped on campus and played a significant role all the way around her freshman, sophomore years, adjusted. They still do use her. I mean, that's the versatility and the depth that Kansas has, also getting the likes of Reagan Cooper into the program. But credit her for taking her role and going with it. And the defense, though, her ball control and she's so smart, just high volleyball IQ. And she made a couple of fantastic plays within that rally.
Bien might have my favorite bench presence of all time. I mean, she just looks
crosses
like,
her legs like,
just like, oh, okay.
Are we at tea on Sunday?
This is second
Saturday?
set, okay? Shall I serve here? Thank you. So calm, cool, and collected. But what a competitor. Now to be Reagan Burns to serve for Kansas. Jayhawks trying to go up 2-0 on Houston. It was back and forth on Friday night. A 5-setter won by KU. Kenesawa whistles one through.
And that's a quick ball out to Kenesawa, who's had the hot hand for the Cougs. 8 kills, hitting .400. It's hard to stop that with how quick she can get on the ball, and then that quick tempo ball to the outside. It was a beautiful set from Yonda.
Burns lets that one sail long. Kansas back by 2. Kellen Moran patched up and making kills. El Nadi with a tough angle of her own.
El Nadi just rips away at that cross-court shot, out of the reach of the block, and somehow out of the reach of Georgiadis.
Burns with the pickup. Katie Dalton there for Kansas. It was Cameron Turner who won that one. Taking the Jayhawks to set points.
Cameron Turner just plays with so much joy, doesn't she? I mean, just so steady, such a leader on the floor.
Nadi with a good serve. On a banjo. Seals it for the Jayhawks, 25-21 here in the second.
Well, Houston much in control of that second set, but Kansas keeps battling, getting better and better throughout that set too. Kansas up 2-0.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Everyone is ready for Monday Night Football. Geno Smith and the Seahawks are ready to take over the Big Apple, while Daniel Jones and the G-Men are ready to make a giant statement. Seahawks-Giants at 8 on ESPN and ABC.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? That's it. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app.
It's the NFL like you've never seen it before. Falcons and Jaguars will transform into the world of Toy Story in real time. Tune in for Toy Story Fun Day Football, Sunday at 9:30 a.m. on ESPN+.
Popeye's new sweet and spicy wings don't make sense. Marinated and tossed in a blend of chili, garlic, and ginger, as sweet as they are spicy.
Nice catch. Butterfingers.
Just like my Nana. We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeye.
The Kansas Jayhawks have won 2 hard-fought sets over Houston and lead 2-0 here in Lawrence. Lee Fleisig, Jill Dorsey Hall with you. Well, we knew this was going to be tough. These two sides are pretty evenly matched. We saw it on Friday night, and I think you're seeing it again in the matinee.
And Kansas has just finished stronger within both of these sets because it's been tied late into each set. And so credit Kansas for picking up their level of play and this crowd getting involved, which I think has also helped propelling them. Kansas able to outdig, hitting at a higher clip right now. They didn't have an ace in that second set because Kansas' 3 aces actually came in set number 1. Out blocking Houston right now. And it's just been a couple points late into each set. So Houston right there in sets 1 and 2, but Kansas able to close the door.
All right, Jayhawks lead 2-0. Third set coming your way next from Lawrence here on Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus. Stay with us.
This is Coach Lance Leipold. We're used to talking about all things football, but right now I want you to hear these 4 important words about the growing crisis of drug overdoses. 1 pill can kill. Kansans are dying every week from drugs laced with deadly fentanyl. Please educate your loved ones to steer clear of street drugs, never buy pills online without a prescription, and always use a reputable pharmacy. Just 1 pill can kill.
Free checking for free spirits. With Truity Credit Union, you'll have even more fun in the sun. Open any checking account and you'll receive $100. With 3 options to choose from, you'll be able to find the perfect fit for your finances. Some of the perks include mobile banking and remote deposits. Open an account today and be free. Go to truitycu.org/checking for details. Some restrictions may apply. Truity Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Offer ends 9/30/23.
We started at 12, running 11 deep, and dropping down since 9-6. What happened when the Big 8 met the Southwest? 7 Heismans, count them, with 6 at the net, 5 on the floor, and 4 schools stronger. We put up 3s, throw up deuces, and make one thing clear. We've always been greater than 12.
Comenzamos con 12, corriendo con 11. Desde el 96. ¿Qué pasó cuando el grupo de los 8 se encontró con el suroeste? 7 Heisman, cuéntalos, con 6 junto a la red, 5 en la cancha y 4 escuelas fuertes. Ponemos los triples, los dobles. Una cosa está clara, siempre hemos sido más grandes que 12.
Kansas Jayhawks leading 2-0, finishing that second set on a 3-0 scoring run. As they get ready for the third set. Jayhawks will be on the left-hand side of the screen, Houston on the right. If you're Kansas, you want more of the same for set number 3?
If you're Kansas, you think that it's 0-0 still. It's the first set out that you have to have that mentality of, we don't have a 2-set lead. Go out there and really try to close this one in this third set. And if you're Houston, you think, hey, we're right there. Just make a couple little plays at the end of the set and we're right there. All you got to do is focus on the here and now. I mean, easier said than done, but you try to block that out. But that's the beauty of volleyball. You get a clean slate after every set is over and then you start anew.
Well, here we go. Morgan Yonda will serve it up for the Cougars. Reagan Cooper. Her 9th kill.
A tremendous pass from Reagan Burns and a 2-ball. We don't see that a lot out of Reagan Cooper. We haven't so far this year. I think she's quickly becoming a fan favorite.
Good play from El Nadi to keep that ball alive.
I don't think that ball touched.
Didn't get over, did it?
I didn't think so. Play goes on.
Lennon Davis, nice stab from Sauer. The end with the dig, ducks out of the way. sails wide from Abby Jackson. Point Kansas.
And we might get I think we're going to get a challenge.
Does David Rare think that he saw a touch?
Well, the line official actually.
Oh, was somebody?
The line official had a touch, and the up official overruled it and said no touch. And Kenna Sauer was quick to say there was a touch on that ball. And I think it was the end of within that rally. I didn't see a touch within that rally, though. I thought it was the 4 contacts. I talked to David Rare last night. He said didn't have a challenge in that 4th set, you know, but it was not a challengeable play anyway, right. that block. I think Kenna Sauer saw it, but it was off the hand of Abby Jackson.
Well, it's funny live, I didn't think that was even close. You know, like
right.
that there was even a chance of a touch. But then when you look at it on replay, I don't know. Kayla Myers' hand gets up there a little bit later, right there.
This might be a better look.
Well, it's almost like the ball.
I think it was a knuckleball.
Yeah,
I don't think I saw it.
Kind of had a weird spin on it.
I think that Myers was actually late getting there. I just think that she didn't get this cleanly. I'm going to let you have this one, partners. Aren't I nice?
I don't think this one gets overturned, but I've been fooled before.
You think call stands? Okay, we'll see. I can understand the challenge here from David Rare. Yeah, call stands.
All right, so Kansas with a 2-0 lead. Caroline Bien to serve. Abby Jackson through the Kansas block.
Abby Jackson's workmanlike, right? I mean, just, okay, I got you a perfect pass, little give and go action. I'm going to respond after that. A play that, you know, could have been a touch, and such a veteran. So fun being able to watch her play.
El Nadi. Abby Jackson with a good pickup. Bien there for Kansas. Kayla Myers. Somebody in the net. It was Kansas.
Oh,
no, yeah, Cameron Turner across there. Houston takes advantage of the overpass. Now it's 3-2 Cougars. El Nadi. Pick up from Turner. And Bonnu was long. 3-all. Kind of sour Just slicing it through the defense. Double digits now for her. 10th kill. Cameron Turner saved that somehow, but it's going to be point Houston. Double contact called on the Kansas side. Banjo on a quick ball.
Onabanjo so quick on this, just getting after this ball through the zone on a quick attempt, and she had a fast first set, been a bit quiet, but trying to get her going in this third set.
Chance for the Jayhawks. Turner dumps it over the left hand. KU's even.
3 kills from Cameron Turner, and she's varying up where she's going. It was wise to go underneath because Kellen Morin was there, but she went right into that, tucked it underneath the outreached arms because that's 6'4".
Banyu hits long. Now it's Kansas with the lead.
I think David Rare wants a ball to the outside. Yep.
Great effort from the Jayhawks to keep that alive.
Yeah, they're wanting to get a little bit more production, and I could just read David Rare, his little hand signals. I know. I mean, he wants a quick to the outside because that's where they've had the success. They also have Cameron Turner, who's the smaller of the 2 blockers, so they think they can get it out there going up against her. And no discredit to her because we've seen her do some good things blocking, but you just try to go after the smaller blockers, trying to get the tempo to beat the block before the 2 blockers can get up pressed.
El Nadi places it perfectly.
And Kansas had talked about this tip right over the top of the block, and that was something that was critical late into that match last night. Annie Cook plays a little bit deeper into the floor, so Kansas thought that they could exploit that tip right over the top of the block, and El Nadi does just that.
El Nadi powers away off the back wall.
And that's one of those that Abby Jackson is there, just runs out of space. It's a beautiful place, but it's a bit tight in here. So she was there, and then it just hit the wall before she could run through.
You thought if Horish had about 10 more feet each side that Houston would make some more plays.
I thought that the pursuit of the ball.
Wide from Sauer. Now Kansas sets a 3-point edge.
Well, didn't miss by much, just wide from Kenna Sauer on a ball that the secondary set. It's a hard ball to handle for outside hitters.
El Nadi off the tape. Onabanjo.
Cameron Turner made a tremendous set. Watch this set from Cameron Turner on the 10-foot line, still feeding that ball to her middle.
I feel like Cameron Turner could be an astronaut. That's like NASA training, right? Let me spin you around in a bubble, then tell me which side is up. El Nadi powers away.
I didn't think you were going to say astronaut for some reason.
David Rare, what's the timeout? We'll talk it over in the break and explain on the other side. Kansas leading here in the third after taking the first two in Lawrence here on Big 12 Now.
Kate's Heating and Cooling's 50th anniversary celebration is going on now with unprecedented savings on new heating and cooling systems. How would you like to join the party? Kate's can. With Kate's, you choose the style that fits you best. Will it be 48 months at 0% financing or a 10-year parts and labor warranty on new equipment, including a 10-year annual maintenance contract? Go to katesheatingandcooling.com to make your selection. Who can offer you savings that fit your style? That's right. Kate's can.
Starts with community, customers, employees. Capital Federal, true blue for over 125 years.
We started at 12, running 11 deep, and dropping down since 9-6. What happened when the Big 8 met the Southwest? 7 Heismans, count them, with 6 at the net, 5 on the floor, and 4 schools stronger. We put up threes, throw up deuces, and make one thing clear. We've always been greater than 12.
Kansas on a 5-0 scoring run, leading here 11-6 in the third after taking the first two. El Nadi serves. Big block from Reagan Cooper.
Okay, there's been 2 now to our highlight reel in this match. And this one, a solo. Go ahead and add it. Sealing the net, pressing over.
There can't be a better feeling in the world, is there?
I didn't have very many of them. I was a libero, but in high school, believe it or not, I played outside hitter, and it does feel great.
Banjo got a hand on that. And it falls just short of Reagan Burns.
And that'll end a 6-0 scoring run. Credit Abby Jackson for taking a swing at that.
That's an ace. The Jayhawks let it drop. Kenna Sauer, who has her 5th double-double, puts an ace in the column. Cameron Turner races to save it. Nice dig from Dalton. Dalton with a good effort. We can score for Abby Jackson.
Now, little by little, Houston climbing their way back out of that deficit. They spent a lot of time in that timeout, and
Cooper.
Kansas actually wanting to substitute. That was odd. Kansas barely getting in place because they were trying to substitute. You could see Bryn McGee just running off the floor there. Play goes on.
And David Rare's upset.
I think that they certainly weren't settled. I can understand.
And unfortunately, Abby Jackson has to catch the wrath of that, but I think the message is being relayed.
And I talked to David Rare, and he's like, it's been fun to have her. And I think it's a player that he knows that he can communicate through and to the up official, and she's going to handle it with the utmost respect. Look at her having a conversation, and I can understand this because I don't believe that the players were set.
And I think you can tell by his body language and his gestures, that's exactly what he's pointing out. So Molly Schultz will serve it up. Off the Kansas block and out of play.
Well, we might get a challenge. Why not? I thought that one was pretty close. Oh, maybe not. That's hard to see right there. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a challenge. A little bit easier. It's interesting because you see more challenges the closer they are to the play, don't you? I mean, on the side of the net.
But both coaches last night, I thought, made nice challenges on balls that were on the opposite side, which were maybe the hardest ones to see. But at least in one case with Houston, David Rare listened to his team, who all immediately called for a challenge. And I believe he won that one. Ray Bichard had a good challenge from cross court as well.
I think this one's wide. I don't even think Reagan Cooper was asking for her coach to challenge it. I think that one's out. I think this call is going to stand.
You're staking reputation on it?
I will.
You're checking scores from around the Big 12. What do you see there?
Iowa State was able to win in 5 at home against Baylor, so that was a big-time win for Iowa State. The Cyclones won 15-8 in the 5th.
Point Houston, the Cougars down 3. Need this third set. Okay, Georgiadis to serve. Cooper. Has she been stopped today?
It doesn't feel like it. Well handled from El Nadi with her hands. It's 11 kills now for Reagan Cooper on 17 attempts, but no errors.
Tolis just redirects it down. Yonda now for Houston. Cooper.
You feel like a broken record?
She is just unstoppable right now. Myers got a hand on that one. Myers with a touch. Pick up by the Kansas back row, London Davis. El Nadi blocked.
What a fight there from the Cougars. That was tremendous. Georgiadis, a couple tremendous digs within that rally. And it felt like Kansas had the momentum within the rally. A couple swings, but then the block. Rachel Tolis had a lot to do with that one.
Kansas back up by 4. Wow. Kind of sour.
Kenna Sauer now 12 kills to match her former teammate in Reagan Cooper. With authority. I mean, she had pace, had so much velocity. Pop off the ball on that one.
Just a little behind Sauer. Banjo had a hand on that. Dalton with another good serve. Point Kansas.
Another good, effective serve from Katie Dalton. And trying to run that quick tempo ball. But limited options because of that difficult serve from Katie Dalton. That's a heavy swing.
Grace Wiley,
yeah, Grace Wiley.
The match.
And give her some credit because she had just had that error, a much better ball for her to go attack with. Last time, last set, she didn't have a lot to, to go after on that, but she's going to check out as a 6-2 system.
Oh, Turner and Bien collide. See if everyone's all right.
Ooh.
Off the hands of Anna Banjo, but
you might want to take a timeout for Cameron Turner because she's crying right now.
I think she took a shot to the face.
You worry about a head injury.
Yeah.
David Rare also acknowledging, asking his players to come to the sideline and give a moment. That's.
Oh, she's tough as nails, but there was a pretty good collision between Cameron Turner and Caroline Bien.
And David Rare, that's really nice thing for him to, I mean, for him to just also say, let's stop play and let's check on Cameron Turner. I think it was her hand that came through and popped her in the face.
Yeah, I actually thought when she got hit, it was her shoulder that when Bien kind of crashed in, but.
Oh, wow. Such an important piece in the Kansas system is Cameron Turner. The band sounds like a big dog kennel right now.
That's your favorite, isn't it?
It is. It's just.
Hell, Naughty puts it away. I'm not sure if the Houston coaches had the dog bark down.
I mean, it just sounds like a whole bunch of dogs barking. They sing a happy birthday song. They have just this combination of interesting things to try to distract, and I'm entertained. Truly.
Sometimes in the broadcasting business, they put you in hotels that aren't necessarily the highest level.
Okay.
And I spent a weekend next to a dog park one time, and it just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
The dogs are up early, let me tell you. That serve is long from El Nadi.
And Houston feeling good after getting on that rotation. That was a rotation that caused issues for them with El Nadi serving with some heat. And Kenna Sauer, a good server for the Cougs. And so trying to take advantage, just 4 points down, just little by little, point by point.
Cooper.
Great pickup from Georgiadis. That's one.
Georgiadis digging Cooper there. Serve from Sauer. Tight to the net. Cooper pounds away.
She feels like a Kelsey Payne on the outside, right? I mean, just that level of when you need a kill, everybody in the gym knows she's going to get the ball. And she can still do it.
Banjo with the serve. Too tight to the net, point Kansas.
Back row attack because the setter's coming from the back row. Not much Annie Cook can do.
The Jayhawks 3 points away from taking this one. I'll throw a little golf analogy at you.
Okay.
The Ryder Cup's going on this
I
weekend.
love the Ryder Cup. I've been to the Ryder Cup before.
Americans are down big. Okay.
Okay.
You know, and they asked Brooks Koepka, everybody will say, you know, you want the putt to win it. But how many people you think really want that?
Want to win it.
Koepka said, not very many.
Not very many. When it really comes down to it. I get the sense that
Regan Cooper wants the ball.
Yeah.
Like, in tough situations,
yeah,
there's somebody you go to, and I get the sense that Regan Cooper is that person, that she's not afraid to take that swing.
Yeah, I think she has the right mindset for it. And there's not a lot of players. They start to get, you know, there's the part you see and the physicality of it and the demands physically to jump and to, you know, have the strength and, you know, to work through night after night, right? Like back-to-back nights and the conditioning it takes. But the mental side of it, I think, is what wears on some players because they start thinking and then you start to play in your head a little bit. But she's a player to me that seems mentally tough. Along with all the physical attributes that make her a phenomenal player, what she has said to us in her comments and her composure, she has the mindset for it as well.
I'm checking my phone for that invite to the Ryder Cup. Are you sure you have the right number?
It was years ago.
Did you text that?
You know what?
I haven't known you for like 13, 14,
fun fact,
15
it was
years.
when they played up in Minnesota at Hazeltine, and I went there for actually a job interview. Isn't that a fun fact?
Nice.
Yes. I got the job. It all worked out.
Broadcasting on the job interviews, they don't usually take you to the Ryder Cup. But congratulations. A touch call on the swing from Abby Jackson.
Toyosi was laughing because she was trying to sell it, but this was clearly off of her body, and she's like, "Oh no, that was out."
Always selling. Cooper. Kansas 2 points away.
Keep feeding her the ball until there's a different outcome. I think that's the message. Touch, Corelli.
Yeah. Katie Corelli.
And Corelli has been a handful. 9 kills, that's second for Houston. 467.
Well, there are players that stick out every match to you
yes.
that you remember throughout the season. And there are a bunch of good players on this Houston side, but Corelli, to me, I'm always going to remember her play this weekend. London Davis. Somehow Elnady saved that one. Davis. Good pickup from Sauer.
Oh.
Cooper down the line. Yondo was there. From the back row, Elnady. Georgiadis digs it. London Davis with the block. Davis again. Finally won by Houston. Great point.
Well, earmark that for Houston because that was tremendous. Everybody has to take a huge deep breath because that was back and forth. an epic battle. And Tullis and Abby Jackson say, no, we're still in this one. And everybody takes a deep breath.
Timeout on the floor. Kansas still leading by 3, but you know Houston's going to fight for these final 2 points. This, you mentioned, a key match for Kansas because it's home for 2 against one of the contenders in this conference. The Jayhawks, maybe a little tougher draw going on the road for some of their tougher matches.
Yeah, they have to go back-to-back nights at Texas, back-to-back at Iowa State, and those are 2 teams that haven't lost in the Big 12. They do get UCF at home to finish out the Big 12. But also, too, they have to go TCU for just 1 match. That was the team that they only have to play once. They play UCF 1 time, but it is tough. You have to go. They have to go on the road to BYU. BYU is a top 10 team. I mean, their only 2 losses come at the hands of Texas at Texas the last 2 days, and Houston 0-2 right now. But I mean, they're clearly a top 20 team. So that's going to be quite different. That top to bottom is going to look quite different as this conference schedule plays out.
Morgan Yonda to serve. Cooper takes Kansas to match points. Caroline Bien to serve. Not yet, says Abby Jackson.
Abby Jackson in a hurry. And she's a great server for Houston. Kansas has a couple set match points, but easier said than done. She goes back and serves an aggressive jump float that has caused Kansas some fits.
Reagan Burns left it sail long.
And I think we're going to have a challenge.
And David Rare wants the card.
You got to. You have to challenge
Why not?
it. I thought that was a lot closer live.
I just saw David Rare shrug his shoulders like, why not?
Why not?
Yeah,
you have
exactly.
it. You can't take it back to Houston. It doesn't do you any good.
I think that's out.
I think that's out too. Wow.
Great call from Reagan Burns. You've been in that position, I'm sure, many times. Boy, there's got to be no feeling worse.
Please.
Yes. I don't want to beg, but let that thing sail along.
Here's the rule of thumb. You know how tall you are, and you know where your shoulders are. If the ball's shoulder and higher, and you know where you are in the depth of the floor, you let it go out. And that's exactly what Reagan Burns does.
Yeah.
I actually was awful at geometry. Somehow good at volleyball, but bad at geometry.
Well, we're going to keep playing, or is this it?
I think this is it. I don't think you can overturn that. The crowd felt pretty good about it, and they'll let you hear about it. I don't think that gets any of the line. I think you see some blue.
Point Kansas, Jayhawks win it in 3.
Well, it was tight. Kansas got a little bit more separation in set number 3, but set 1 or 2 could have went either way. And after an epic 5-set battle last night, Kansas able to set the tone early in this match. Some high-level volleyball happening, and Kansas able to capture back-to-back wins against a top 20 team in Houston. A Sweet 16 team from a year ago that's extremely talented.
Great match from Cameron Turner. We'll hear from her.
We're going to be joined by junior setter Cameron Turner. Cameron, first of all, I want to know, how are you? Are you okay? I think you got punched in the face, yeah?
Yeah, Bean came full force, but it's okay, I'm fine.
You're fine?
Yeah.
I was worried about you, truly?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, I was like, I think Cameron Turner is crying, and she's tough as nails, so I was a little worried about you.
I'll be fine.
All right. Well, certainly a lot to enjoy, though, because you had a clean sweep. Epic battle last night. Take me through the mindset into today, battling back the same team.
Coach B kind of said last week when we lost to Texas Tech, we came with the mentality like to come back full force, so we knew they were going to swing away, play their best game, so we just kind of had to stay consistent and not worry about what they were doing on their side.
Working to try to get your middles more involved throughout this match. What was working today, especially early going with Anna Banjo?
I think she's just loud in transition, so whether she's getting the ball or not, the blockers are on her all the time, and the passing was good, so it's easy to find, yeah.
And Reagan Cooper, 15 kills, no errors. What do you think about when you're setting Reagan Cooper?
Every time I set her, I feel like it's going to go over the net, but she's just so tall, and she just hits over the block. I'm like, okay, tighter.
Tremendous response going 1-1 your first weekend at Tech. You win 2 this weekend against a top 20 team. You're going on the road at Texas. Have you even started to prepare thoughts on going on the road and playing the reigning national champions?
I mean, now that the game's over, we're kind of thinking about it a little bit more, but I just think that we can't change anything what we've been doing because it's been working, and so when we've been challenged, we've been doing pretty well. So I think we just have to stay focused on our side and everything will go the way we want to.
How are you feeling, Cameron? Because I'd love to put a tracker on you. Just the miles that you, another double-double, 32 assists, 18 digs. You had three kills. I actually told Leaf at one point, I'm like, I need a little bit more Cameron Turner dump. And so did you see something to start having a little bit more attempts in that match?
I think just because last night I didn't attack as much because I knew they were going to be on it. And so now that I didn't last night, tonight kind of happened because the hitters and the pins were doing amazing. So it kind of opened it up for me a little bit more.
Well, enjoy this one and good luck on the road.
Thank you so much.
It was great to see you.
Thank you.
Oh, Cameron Turner, an absolute stud. Such a key person for Kansas, running those setter duties, had a tremendous weekend on back-to-back nights. She had another double-double for the junior.
She's a real delight, isn't she?
She is.
The Kansas Jayhawks win it in straight sets here over Houston. Big thank you to Dan Hamilton from Houston. Hannah Leahy of KU, thank you very much for your help. Our Rock Chalk video crew led by Sam Convers. Great job, great pictures as always. Jill Dorsey Hall, always a pleasure to see you. Thank you for your expertise and your passion for volleyball. Kansas wins it in straight sets. They are heading to Texas. We will see you back here on the 14th of October as they take on Oklahoma. For all of us here in Lawrence, I'm Lee Fleissig. Kansas wins it in straight sets over Houston.
गिरानी हमारी अखिया से, गिरानी हमारी अखिया से आंसुआ गिरे छे दिलवा रोए के जान। गिरानी हमारी अखिया से आंसुआ गिरे छे दिलवा रोए के जान।
गंगाजल रिकॉर्डिंग स्टूडियो महादेवगंज साहेबगंज।
तोरा बिना हम जीना ही पाइबो, तू जहाँ चल गेली और हम आइबो। तोरा बिना हम जीना ही पाइबो, तू जहाँ चल गेली और हम आइबो। गिरान तोरा याद में आंसुआ बहे छे दिलवा रोए जान। गिरान तोरा याद में आंसुआ बहे छे दिलवा रोए जान।
गंगाजल रिकॉर्डिंग स्टूडियो महादेवगंज साहेबगंज।
के करा सहारे रहबै, के करा से तू बोलिया बोलबै। अशोक अकेला के कहलू कि साथ न छोड़ब। के करा सहारे रहबै, के करा से तू बोलिया बोलबै। अशोक अकेला के कहलू कि साथ न छोड़ब। के रानी सोमी लागे आंसुआ गिरैले देहिया काप के लगे जा। के रानी हमर अखिया से आंसू